Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and appreciate the opportunity to have a number of issues dealing with fisheries in the markup today. I think it's important progress. I particularly want to thank Senator Cantwell and Senator Markey, just talking about some of the issues he had concerns about, and our ability to work together with both of them, I think, has produced important progress, both in terms of regulatory safety compliance issues that are the subject of the S3088 that just passed. And then I do want to talk briefly on the American Fisheries Advisory Committee Act that Senator Markey just talked about, and what was really the focus behind it. Mr. Chairman, as you probably know, the Saltonstall-Kennedy Act, and that was JFK Kennedy, was enacted in 1954 to provide consistent funding for commercial fisheries research and development. Funding for these activities is derived from a portion of fishery import duties. And to inform how these funds should be allocated, Congress authorized a group of experts from different segments of the industry, fishermen, vessel owners, distributors, processors, to advise the Secretary on the commercial fisheries needs, problems, challenges, opportunities. Unfortunately, the original American Fisheries Advisory Committee was disbanded. And in 1980, Congress authorized a competitive grant program for a portion of these SK funds. But since the abolition of the Advisory Committee, NMFS, the National Marine Fisheries Service, decides solely who receives grants based on their own criteria. And we thought that was kind of certainly straying from the original intention of the Saltonstall-Kennedy Act, because the priorities of our fishermen are not always necessarily the same as NMFS. So this bill, the American Fisheries Advisory Committee Act, would reconstitute the earlier advisory committee and use them to inform the administration of the SK grant program. Under this bill, members would be chosen regionally and represent all sectors of the fishing industry and the supply chain. And by recreating the American Fisheries Advisory Committee, the SK grant program will once again bring fishermen and those involved in the industry into the process of identifying needs and funding priorities. Mr. Chairman, this is critically important to my state. I've mentioned here a number of times, but I certainly consider Alaska the superpower of seafood, with almost 60% of all seafood harvested in the United States coming from Alaska's shores. And so I want to continue to work with Senator Markey and Senator Cantwell and others, but I appreciate your leadership and Senator Nelson's leadership in enabling us to bring these important bills forward and have them marked up today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Sullivan.